Did you know that journaling can literally transform your life? This is actually very scientifically and evidence-based. There's a book called The Source. I'm gonna show it here and link it down below. But there is a book called The Source by Tara Swart, and I have been reading her book. I actually found out about the book on TikTok, but she talks about, I have my notes here, that journaling is actually a brain training tool. So, given my background of having had, felt like a broken childhood, even though it was beautiful, my parents were divorced, I'm a survivor of sexual abuse, and just a lot of really negative things coming from people who were broken and people who were unhealed. And my birthday is tomorrow, and in my 30s, I no longer want to do that. I started journaling. I'm actually on day 600 something, and journaling has really helped retrain and rewire my brain. Even though sometimes I can take like 10 steps back and start like the self-doubt start to creep in, I know that in my journal or this practice that I have now, that it could uplift me. I could take myself out of the depths of self-doubt, insecurities, etc., etc. So let me actually read you more of this. So journaling as a brain training tool, Swart explains that the brain thrives on repetition and reinforcement, which is the foundations of neuroplasticity. Journaling regularly allows you to strengthen desired natural pathways. Writing about goals, aspirations, and solutions helps your brain prioritize those thoughts, making them more accessible and actionable. And then it also helps weaken the negative pathways. Reflecting on and reframing negative beliefs diminishes their power over time, right? Allowing more constructive narratives to take their place. So, do we really in 2025 want to walk around kind of half asleep, trying to run away from our emotions? Of course, we don't want the negative thoughts to live in our heads rent-free anymore. So journaling is actually one of those weapons that you could have in your bag, literally. And number 2 is visualization and journaling synergy. A central theme in the book The Source, is visualization. And journaling serves as a tangible extension of this process. So another thing I'm trying to get better about is writing about successes in my journal as if they've already happened. I'm mixing this with my faith as well, so I'm thanking God in advance for letting me move to a tropical place that's a warm place. As some of you guys may know, I live in Illinois and it's super cold here. But I am thanking God in advance for opening up the opportunity and the way for me to move to a tropical and warm place. Even though I'm not there yet, I'm thanking God, I'm thanking the universe very much well in advance. And by this practice, it's actually uplifted me instead of, I came into the library today being all sad and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, it's so cold. But yeah, I'm doing a lot of visualizations today, and scientifically, this practice activates the Reticular Activating System, called RAS, in your brain, which filters information and draws your attention to opportunities aligned with your goals. So a lot of manifestation, visualization, a lot of the woo-woo stuff is actually scientifically based, you guys. Did you know that? I didn't know that until I started reading this book. I had a feeling, but now more and more scientists are paying attention to these things. So you could also journal to overcome self-sabotage. And we all need to reflect if we have any limiting beliefs, to actually call those out and journal about them. So identify those beliefs through honest reflection, deconstruct and replace them with empowering statements. Cultivate self-compassion by acknowledging progress rather than perfection. And an example exercise is writing down that limited belief, but then, countering it with evidence that disproves that belief. For example, sometimes I don't feel intelligent, but I literally have evidence in my resume or my academic stuff that I am actually a literal academic weapon. And that's what I need to believe versus me not feeling good enough for these institutions. And the science of gratitude journaling, we all may have heard this. It used to be so annoying for me to hear about it, but it actually encourages the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which enhances your mood. And it rewires the brain to focus on abundance and possibility, counteracting the natural negativity bias. And by journaling about gratitude, it also reduces stress by promoting positive emotions. And so what are practical activities and techniques according to the book The Source? You could do mind mapping, creating a visual journal entry connecting your goals, challenges, and potential solutions. You could do daily check-ins and future self letters. If you have stayed this far, 6 minutes, about me talking about journaling and how it could really transform your life and how much it has transformed mine, the people that I admire the most in life and I know have gone from like rags to riches, they all had journals. They were very grounded in their journaling practice. So this next 10 minutes of this video is a journal with me kind of activity. So thank you for staying this long and stay 10 more minutes with me to journal. So today's journaling prompt is, what are you trying to thank the universe or God in advance? What are the things that you desire or feel like you want to work towards that you want to thank them in advance, even though that's not the current reality you're in now? So for me personally, I'm going to spend my time journaling, reflecting about how I'm in the future, or right now, I'm going to pretend that I live somewhere tropical, somewhere warm with lots of really good fruits. So, yeah. I'm going to play some music as well. 269. Actually was not 10 minutes. It was an actual almost 5-ish minutes after my explanation of how scientifically journaling is very, very good for us, and it rewires the way that our brains are, and neuroplasticity and all of those big words. But thank you so much for staying with me in this journaling practice. I have to go and write. I have to go and prepare for work. But yeah, I always keep my journal with me somewhere I could see it. So it will be on this table as I work today on my goals and my job. But yeah, thank you so much for staying with me, and let me know if you have any other questions about journaling. See you later.